Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today with a quick episode highlighting 3 changes I'd like to see, all revolving around the most recent update, 2 having to do with Friendly Challenge and 1 having to do with the Donate Now button. Before I do so, I'm just wishing everybody in the States a happy holiday. It is Memorial Day today, so I just want to give my special thanks to all those who have served our country and all those who have sacrificed their lives in doing so. So I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, and in between the barbecues, maybe you could put a little bit of thought into the new update and some quality of life changes. These are not earth-shattering, that hopefully will help improve things, and I'd really like to submit these ideas to Supercell, and I want to get your feedback first. I actually made a similar post on the forums earlier today, and based on some of their feedback, I've actually adjusted my ideas and tweaks a little bit for this video. So let's hop right into it, guys. So change number 1 to Friendly Challenge feature, and this one's pretty much a no-brainer, right? Heroes always awake for Friendly Challenge defense. Now, I know some of you are going to say, what about offense? That only makes sense too. But at least we can start with defense, right? Because even in Clan Wars, if your heroes are upgrading, they're always available on defense. I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like this was hopefully an oversight on Supercell's part, because to me, it seems like an obvious no-brainer. And I hate to bring up the past, but I remember in a Jonas interview with Chief Pat during the Town Hall 11 update, he said that if they institute any more war modes or any more competitive modes in the game, then heroes would be available, or at least they were strongly inclined to make heroes available in that new feature. So here we are, about 6 months later, and Ash remembered, guys. You guys can go ahead and listen back to that interview, but I do remember Jonas saying that heroes would be available in any new feature, and at least I'd like to see them on defense, because there's really no point of attacking a village in Friendly Challenge unless the heroes aren't there defensively, right? I mean, you could practice feasibly, you could practice attacking offensively without your heroes. That does make sense. Some clans allow warring without heroes, and you might want to get better at that, so I can understand that point of view. However, defensively, there's no way you're going to need to practice attacking a base when it has the heroes down. It just doesn't make any sense for anybody. So that is the first point I'd like to see changed. Heroes should be available, hopefully on offense and defense, but certainly on defense. Moving on to change number 2. And this one is desperately needed. We need a separate clan castle for offense and defense, and the troops should remain free, as in no resource cost to the person putting the defensive troops in their clan castle. How many times already, and how frustrating is it, if you want to mount a proper defense in Friendly Challenge or to give somebody the most competitive base possible to face, you actually have to switch up your clan castle troops. I know more often than not, especially on, actually on all my accounts, on Town Hall 9, 10, and 11, I'm more than often than not using a golem in my clan castle. And a golem or bowlers in my clan castle, some of the troops that I'm most normally using, just make really awful defensive troops in most scenarios. So the idea is, whether or not you prefer the same troops on offense and defense in your clan castle, you should at least give players the flexibility to preset defensive clan castle troops. Now, this could be very easy to do under the current system. On that Friendly Challenge little screen that pops up after you click the button, there could just be a little tab that says clan castle troops, and you could just autofill whatever you'd prefer. That would make things a lot more competitive for attackers and defenders, and also it would save us the hassle of having to go ahead and delete the clan castle troops and re-request in the real world just to have the proper troops in the clan castle. So that is number 2. And change number 3 I'd really like to see is a total revamp of the Donate Now feature. So I really like the Donate Now feature. I like the idea of being able to immediately donate troops to your clanmates, even if they're not in your army camps or your army camps are full. However, there's actually been a lot of confusion around how this donate menu works, because it looks like the charges are astronomical, and indeed they are. However, what they're doing right now is actually giving you a very slight deal on what it would cost to gem these troops from scratch and the actual resources for these troops. That's the problem, right? So right now they're charging us for the resources. You don't actually use the resources in your coffers. Instead, you are essentially gemming that dark elixir for every golem that you go ahead and donate. So you're gemming the dark elixir and you're gemming the time. And to say that that has not gone over well would probably be an under exaggeration. The community is not a big fan of having to spend gems for resources resources and for the time. I do like, again, I really like this feature, right? I like the idea of being able to gem up my my troops right from that menu. It's a really cool idea. However, I don't mind paying the resources because as somebody who always gemmed troops up anyway, I would always gem up the troops, but for the time. I wouldn't gem up the resources. Certainly, I didn't mind expending a few hundred dark elixir or whatever the cost may be for my clanmates. However, now I'm stuck in this weird position where I want to take advantage of that donate now menu. However, I'd much rather just pay for the time and not the elixir, so I'm back in that same boat where, okay, do I really want to be lazy and just use the donate now feature and pay for all those resources, or do I just want to do it the smart, responsible way like we used to and empty out my army camp, cook up the troop that needs donating, and then gem the time? So I'm calling for it to be changed to only cost us the gem time and not the resources. The resources, of course, would still be paid by the individual who uses the donate now feature. You just don't have to pay for the resources and the time in gems. Rather, the resources come out of resources and the time comes out of gems. I think that's the way it should be. Guys, I'm really curious to hear what you guys think of these proposed changes to the update content. So guys, thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day, and as always, take care, guys.
Play for fame, we don't play for cash. We just play for the